Floyd Mayweather says he is the only one that can beat Canelo Alvarez and nobody else can beat him. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. So we got some good news, interesting news here. As former pound for pound king, never lost, 50-0. Pretty boy Floyd and Floyd Money Mayweather, also known as Floyd Mayweather. He had his take on how Canelo Alvarez can be beat. But Floyd Mayweather, how he likes the spotlight. He says, I'm the only one that can really beat him. And here's my take on the whole situation. I think Floyd Mayweather is absolutely right. He washed Canelo Alvarez. He had the skill set to beat Canelo Alvarez. And, Canelo Alvarez looked a real amateur when he fought Floyd Mayweather. Now, everybody, I'm actually starting to see people now, oh, well, Floyd should fight him now. I bet Floyd can't beat Canelo. People, okay? Floyd is 44 years old. Why in the world would he want to fight Canelo Alvarez? This man is completely shot out of his prime. Why would he want to fight Canelo Alvarez at 44 years old? Of course Canelo's going to beat him. He's 44, people. But anyway, we recently seen Canelo Alvarez in some opponents that a lot of people don't like. As diehard boxing fans, we want Canelo Alvarez to fight the best of the best at this point. He has achieved his goal. He has achieved Undisputed. And recently, a while back, Canelo Alvarez says he wants all the smoke with everybody. So we're going to see if Canelo Alvarez wants all the smoke with all the guys, the top guys. At this point, I'm going to say it again. I don't think nobody can beat Canelo Alvarez at this point. No guys from 147 all the way up to 175 cannot beat Canelo Alvarez. I don't think that Errol Spence would beat Canelo Alvarez. I don't think that Terrence Crawford would beat Canelo Alvarez. I don't think that Jamal Charlo would beat Canelo Alvarez. I don't believe that Demetrius Andre would beat Canelo Alvarez. I don't believe Arthur Beterbiev, Dimitri Bivol, Joe Smith can beat Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, he only has one loss, and that one loss is to Floyd Money Mayweather. But there is no boxer today that can beat Canelo Alvarez. You know why? Because a lot of these guys nowadays only care about the money and stuff like that. They only care about showing the jewels, showing out to the fans what they got. That's cool and all, but, eventually people are going to start getting tired of that. Canelo Alvarez, you know why Canelo Alvarez is such a great fighter? Because Canelo Alvarez trains like he has nothing. Canelo Alvarez trained like it was day one all over again. It's like his 10th fight. That's how Canelo Alvarez trained. And that's how Floyd Mayweather trained. Floyd Mayweather trained like he ain't got none. Canelo Alvarez trained like he ain't got none. And this is why I don't think none of these guys from 147 to all the way up to 175 could beat Canelo Alvarez. Now, people may argue, say, oh, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford could beat him. They can beat him, but I don't think they're ready. If Canelo Alvarez says, look, you need to move up now, and they just jump to 160 to fight Canelo Alvarez, I don't think that they have a chance. Now, they have the skill set and the ring IQ to beat him, but they're not established in that weight division. And you got to realize, if you just jump off the rip, let's say Terrence Crawford. Okay, let's use Terrence Crawford, for example. If Terrence Crawford decides, you know what, since I'm the WBO champion, I want Canelo Alvarez at a catch weight of 162. It's 163. Let's just say that, right? And if Terrence Crawford isn't used to that weight, because if he ain't used to the weight, we don't know how it's going to affect his power. We don't know how it's going to affect his speed, his lateral movement, his timing. All sorts of things can happen when you move up in weight. And we know these guys walk around at 160 pounds. They don't walk around at 147 pounds all the time. That's just their fight weight. But these guys are rehydrating themselves to 160 pounds the most. And I just don't think that those guys are going to be able to beat Canelo Alvarez. And like I said, any guys from 160 to 175 will not be able to beat Canelo Alvarez. And Floyd Mayweather is absolutely right. He's the only guy that beat Canelo Alvarez. You have to be, I won't say you don't have to be like Floyd Mayweather, But you need to be a defensive specialist and count a good counterpunch ability with good lateral movement to beat Canelo Alvarez. You can neutralize Canelo Alvarez, but I just don't see that happening no time soon. Like, some people even say David Morrell and Jaron Ennis could beat Canelo Alvarez. That's cool. But David Morrell and Jaron Ennis aren't mega stars yet. Jaron Ennis is coming up. David Morrell's coming up. But they're just not big enough yet. And Canelo Alvarez is not going to have time waiting for those guys to become superstars, because by the time Jaron Ennis decides, I want Canelo Alvarez too. David Morrell, I want Canelo Alvarez too. It's going to be too late. And Canelo Alvarez is going to be out the sport by then. And he's probably going to be retired. And even if Canelo Alvarez retired today, he'll still be a Hall of Famer because he got undisputed. But Floyd Mayweather sees Canelo Alvarez get the undisputed belts, and he also stated, I'm the only one that can beat him. But with that being said, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.